Okay. Hopefully it's working okay. I don't know if it is. It looks a little sketchy on my end, but we'll see how it does. I haven't been on here in a minute. I miss you guys. I do. But I am so involved in the Taylor thing. Like, I'm just all up in it. I'm all over Instagram. I'm seeing all the hate and all the and everything about it. But hello, John. But I'm also like, I don't know. I'm just getting into the swing of doing both. And I think it's going pretty well. Hello, John. But I titled this stream this way because, for one, we're welcoming in a new era. And for two, I don't know why, but I always get stressed. Or when I get stressed, I start to lose, like, oh, that's funny. For some reason, I start to lose my grip on the house. Like, it gets messy. And then I'm sick of being poor and stuff. So I'm like, maybe it'll start turning around now. 'Cause it's been a struggle, honestly. This month has been really, really hard. But we'll see how it goes from now on. You know, it's a little better right now. So I'm like, okay, let's see how we do. I'm taking today off, which is great. And I'm going to clean and dust my room and everything. I've already dusted my room. Or no, I've already vacuumed my room. Look at my hair. It's getting like very, I don't know. I don't know what this is. But how are you guys? Oh my gosh. Are we going to bring the curtains back from 2022? This time where everything feels 2022 coded, it's about to end. So it's going to end in May, pretty much May 1st. So this weird like 22 rehash moment, it's ending. If you want to, but you can share it in the Discord, please. I don't know if anybody else will come because it's a weird time. I feel bad because I'm pretty sure Caleb is asleep. I'm sorry, Caleb, if you see it. If you see it afterwards. Oh my God, the horse stuff. I know. Hopefully we can do that more in May or June. I'm thinking in the summer for sure because my work slows down a lot in the summer. So I'm hoping that YouTube, like I'm more transitioned by June because otherwise I'm going to be totally screwed. So hopefully that will happen to where I can have a bit more time and stuff because it's good to like, it's easier if I can kind of work from home, if that makes any sense. It's easier because I commute and stuff. It's a lot. So it takes a lot of time. And I'm trying to just like, you know, change things around. But I'm feeling a lot healthier, which is good. I think I might have had low iron. Like I had somebody tell me that on my other channel. And she was like, well, she's like, I used to have issues with hair loss and, you know, this type of stuff. And I'm wondering if for me it was low iron because that's also like the restlessness can be caused by low iron. So I'm just kind of seeing because I think when you're hypolicious, you're prone to low iron. Like it makes you prone. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me just make an effort. So like I had liver last night. I'm going to have liver again tonight. And then I had 12 eggs yesterday and I had 12 eggs today. So it's like a decent amount of like vitamins and minerals. Like I'm trying to up my nutrition. And okay. Yeah. So and then I'm gonna have orange juice and liver for dinner, which is kind of random, but it's super irony. I had a weird day of eating today. Like I had matcha ice cream, which is so random, but I've heard matcha has a beneficial effect on progesterone. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have it because I'm always like inflamed after the gym. But you guys, like, I literally don't get bitchified as bad after the gym. Like, I felt it a little bit today, and then I felt it a little bit last night when I was doing my video about splotch maker. I was a little bitchified, but it's also like I I think I was, like, invigorated by eating the liver, and it's like I have energy. It's like I had more energy, so I think iron could be a problem, so I'm gonna just try to focus on it, for now and see if it gets better. Because I get shortness of breath and just other low iron symptoms, and the restlessness being a symptom of that too. Like, the dopamine and stuff is at play, of course, but I don't know. I don't know if, I don't have numbness, but I do have, what's it called? Carpal tunnel, but I don't have it anymore, so I don't know. Okay, maybe. It's more like a carpal tunnel feeling though. So it's like it would get tingly right here, right at the palm. Not really like in the fingers or toes or anything. It's like the palms of my hands and the like toe box of my foot. It's weird. But yeah, it hasn't been happening as much. So I think it's just a lot of stuff. I think I'm honestly just getting better. Like I think that's part of it. I'm becoming less hypo and then focusing on iron just because I think being hypo, your iron goes down fast. It's like it burns through it fast or it makes you absorb less. So I think iron could be an issue. And I don't know if iron and dopamine are connected, but they might be. I think I might have read that. I could have read it wrong, but like you might need iron to make dopamine. So I just think there's an issue where I'm going through a lot of iron in my body. And I think it's hypo related, probably. Because I was looking into that and it's like low iron causes hypo, hypo causes low iron. So it's like a weird, like they feed into each other. So I'm like, basically, I just have to make sure I have liver, like probably at least once a week. Okay, there we go. Neurotransmitter synthesis, where the metal is a cofactor of tyrosine hydrolase, which converts tyrosine to dopamine. Yeah. So I think it's definitely like a light bulb moment for me. And I really do think, I don't know if Magda is on this channel, but if she is, I appreciate it a lot because I had been thinking about it and considering it. I think I also could have had very low copper, which is a random nutrient that nobody thinks about. But copper being low also would cause some of the symptoms that I was having. So it's like I'm focusing more on a nutritional standpoint, especially because my hypo is better and it's working. So liver like covers both of those. Liver has a lot of copper in it and it has a lot of iron. So it's kind of perfect. So I think I'm just going to make sure I have liver at least once a week. And then like the only copper I was getting was in chocolate, which is bad. So I need to like, you know, it's really important to actually like look at the nutrition you're getting and make sure that you're filling in any gaps, which something like liver is really good because it has like almost, it has so many nutrients in it. So it's just like a good catch-all. But yeah, in general, I am feeling better. Liver tastes weird. It tastes weird, but it's so hard to explain, but like I had it last night. I just had 2 servings and I felt so much better. It was like such a relief. It's such a weird feeling. It's so much relief after having it. I was like, "Oh god, I feel so much better." Like pretty much instantly. But I think for me, I usually wait until I'm like dying to eat liver. And so I think I'm just going to try to make it to where I don't wait until I'm in that state and I just eat it regularly so that this doesn't happen anymore. So this is me being, responsible era, I guess, because I'm just like, oh yeah. Hello, TOK. I don't know if you had a different name or if you're new, but hello. Yeah, I think I'm going to have it once a week. I think it's pretty easy. Like I was having a steak once a week. So I'm trying to incorporate red meat more and like liver. So I think on um, one day of the week I'll have liver and then another day of the week I'll have steak. So I'll start like doing that at some point. And then the rest of the time I have like chicken and turkey and stuff like that and pork. So I have like those other ones the other days. And I think that should be good enough. I mean, it's really good to have different types of protein. I would like to incorporate fish at some point, but I really can't right now. But I have been eating plenty of eggs lately, and they're really good. Like, I'm really feeling the eggs and craving it. So, and I had like a dozen eggs yesterday and today. That's a lot of eggs. So I'm eggified. But I've been craving protein because of the gym and stuff. So I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good health wise, honestly. I'm surprised. It's honestly, it happened at the best time because I have to do both jobs. So it would have been horrible if my health was like not doing all that great. So I guess certain things happen at the right time. And I just so happen to get better. So I'm really glad because, um, you know, I don't have a lot of time or money or anything, but it's possible. Like, I can do my job, YouTube, and the gym. So I can still do all three. And I'm like, I'm happy with that. I'm like, that's really good. That's really, really good for me. Like, in terms of my health, I'm just like, thank you, body. Like, you're on point right now. Like, I have zero complaints because this is a lot and my body's helping me and I'm doing it. And I'm okay. It's getting easier. So, yeah, I'm just, yeah, it's good. It's quite good. And it's weird to not be complaining all the time. I'm like, whoa, this is a trip. I have my lesbian tool because I have to move my Taylor calendar. My Taylor calendar is blocked by my light. So I'm going to have to move that. Ooh. But I'm so happy. So you guys don't even know, but Lisa, she accidentally bought two editions of this. She bought two of the same editions of the new album. And she double clicked on the Albatross, which is like my favorite from the new album. And I'm so happy. So she's like, do you want me to send you that album? And I was like, yes. I was like, you are psychic. Like, you knew that this song was going to apply to me. You knew that I am the Albatross. I am so happy that you accidentally got that one. So she's going to send that to me. So I'm really happy. And then I'm also going to get a vinyl just in case Ben Shapiro bans it. I'm just kidding. That's what I've been saying, though. I'm going to hide my vinyl in the closet and save it. Like it's an archive of history, just in case Ben Shapiro takes over the world and bans it. Which the reception has been very interesting. But I'm going to do a stream with Lisa about the album, which is going to be really gay and probably really long. But I might tell her we might need to do it in 2 parts because it's a lot. So we might have to do like part 1 and then part 2 because it's a lot. Like, she put out 31 songs. But I'm so excited to get it, honestly. And Lisa even put some 1989 confetti in there, which I'm like, I'm going to call those confetti seeds of allyship. I'm just kidding. You guys remember that one when me and Eric shaded that. I want to go live with Eric again on here. But I got to get my shit together. Like, I have to really organize everything again. But Goblin, if you've seen Goblin in the chat, occasionally Goblin loves when I live stream or talk with Eric. She calls it the male gaze. But instead of like G-A-Z-Y, it's G-A-Y-S. And it's funny. But that's cool, I almost called you Josh. Oh my gosh, that's cool, John. Final poetry portfolio. I never was a poet, ever. Like, I used to do some poetry. I've had some that were good. I actually might do a video. Oh, maybe I should do that tomorrow. Okay, maybe I can do that. Because, see, this is why I love doing this channel, because it inspires me. That's why I love it. So I'm like, okay, I might do that video tomorrow. And then I already filmed a video that I can put up Thursday maybe, or I can do another fat acceptance for Thursday, or I can switch it. I'm gonna decide, but anyways. Yes, I love folklore. I do. I feel like this new album is like I actually think the writing is elevated above folklore, but I think the production is a little bit less. So it's more on the lyrics in this album. Um, but it's just slight differences. I think it's because this album that came out, it's poetic. It's like a poetry album first. So I think people take the album literally, and it's not literal. It's poetic. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll talk about it with Lisa, but I haven't been very impressed with the criticism of the album, honestly. But I totally get it if people like if you hate poetry, then you would hate the album. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, because it's like a poetic album. Gosh, I was gonna clean. I guess I should. I'm so late. I always say I'm going to clean, and then I never do. My poetry classes explode. What do you mean by that, John? I have no idea what that means. I know. Well, for me, okay, hear me out. I'll call you Kay or Teal. I don't know. Tell me what to call you. But hear me out. I hated the Midnights era. I really did. I'm going to edit a clip. I have a stream on here. If you ever want to look back, me and Lisa did a stream when Midnights came out. It was pretty brutal when it came out. No, there's Teal K here, his name. But yeah, I was pretty much brutal when it came to Midnights. I really did not like it. And so I struggled with Taylor. It was a bad era for me. I was really struggling throughout the time. But then she put out this album and I was like, oh gosh, thank God. Because I was scared it was going to be worse. But I'm not a Midnight stan, at all. And I think a lot of people that hate this album, they love Midnights. And it's I hated Midnights. I didn't hate every single song, but I was not into it at all. So I was critical a lot during that era. I didn't hate her for dating Matty Healy, though. A lot of people hated her for that. I didn't. I understood it, but I had no idea that she liked him that much to write all these songs about him. But, it's bad. But yeah, I never hated on Taylor just to hate on her. I hated on her because I loved her. It's weird to say, but it's I felt like she could do better than that, and she did. And so I'm really pleased, honestly. But Folklore is definitely one of her best. Absolutely. I mean, you see the picture behind me, But my overall favorite is 1989. I just love pop. I love that kind of pop. But I love Folklore too. It's probably my second. Okay, this is the evil scale. We don't ever. I don't know why my armpit's itching again. We don't love the scale. The scale is evil. We break it. Do you guys remember when that trend was a thing where people were smashing scales? That was so just gosh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Oh gosh. That was really big, around 2016 or 2015. It's where all these women were smashing scales and stuff. And it's the scale is not anything. The scale it's a representation of your weight. I should cover that. Maybe I'll do that too. Gosh, look at all these ideas coming to me. Look at them. Gosh. I love that. I don't know if I should make my bed or not because I'm going to do my sheets tomorrow, but I don't know. Or I might even do it tonight. I don't think I'm going to. I remember one time Caleb was watching, he was like, You always like make your bed right before you're going to bed. He's like, I don't get it. I'm like, it's because of the background. I don't really care to make it right now. Gosh, I'm not going to be able to read the chat whatsoever. I'm going to need my phone. But yeah, so anyways, that was my initial thoughts with the new album. Like, I love it, basically. I really, really do. I'm so happy. I haven't dusted my room in forever. Like, literally, I haven't cleaned. I'm like, this is just fuckified. I don't like this for me anymore. So, I gotta get it together. Okay, let me change this. Oh, I need to go into the stream. Nobody's really chatting anyways, which is fine. Because I usually don't go live at this time. Oh, the scale can be a lifesaver. Yeah, that's true. Show can. I think it's just good. It's just a form of measurement. That's all. Like, it's not that deep. But I feel like people make it deeper than it is. Wow, this is dusty. I haven't done my dusting in forever, honestly. But today I've been feeling But Daddy, I Love Him, which is so funny. But yeah, I'm still learning the album in a sense. Like, it's like I'm still figuring out. But I love the Albatross. I'm obsessed. I almost called this stream that, but I'm like, I want to save it for like a bigger moment. But the Black Dog is cute. It's a cute song. Wow, this is really dusty. I know. I miss Sims too, John. If John is still here, I'm kind of missing it. I think I'm just getting better. So hopefully, gosh, that was really heavy. Do you guys have like a Himalayan salt thing? Does anybody have that, or is it just me? Because they're like, oh, this is getting so dusty and disgusting. Oh my God, this is not working right. Wow, that was bad. Whoops. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I never use it. Like, I don't light it up, but it looks pretty to me. Why are you exploding, John? Because of the salt? No, you don't see this thing. You don't see this. Is salt. It's a big thing of salt. I've had it for a long time. I had it even when I had cats, which they say that it's risky. It's risky if you have cat. Oh my God, there's literally cat hair on this. Holy crap, on that light. Whoa, that was a trip. Oh my gosh, that is scarring. I have not had my cat since 2020. Whoa, that's crazy. Damn. Okay. Gosh, why is this chat like up there? Okay. It's supposed to be for like, I don't know. Supposedly it's like it raises the vibration or something. I don't know. I'm not the best at explaining that whatsoever. But yeah, I'm just like, I really need to dust in here. I really have to dust this desk. This desk is really bad, but I'm gonna do that last. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, it's supposed to purify the air or something. It's supposed to do all this stuff. I don't know if it really does, but it's pretty. And I don't really light it up ever. I don't really use it. And I feel like I should, but I don't know. An evil tarot. Evil. Gosh, I've been doing some readings and stuff, and they're so weird. I don't know. It's like sometimes these days I feel like I can't trust my intuition as much because I feel like I don't know. Like, oh yeah, that's really dusty. Oof, yikes. I feel like I don't know, like what I'm looking at or whatever. It's just weird. So, gosh, I have all this random crap on here. This is the pen I was using for the cancellation calendar. But I don't really have to do it anymore. She's already low-key being canceled. Did you? Well, I have so much to talk about with Lisa. I haven't talked to her on the phone in a minute. I probably should. Because we need to kind of just like dish on everything. And I want Lisa to explain certain things to me. Ooh, this is really dusty. That's like very crusted and busted to like have dusty shelves. I don't like that for myself. If Jess is watching this, I'm sorry, Jess. Old habits die screaming. I don't know. I don't like that about myself, that I get like overwhelmed and then it's not as clean. Because this is bad. I don't even know the last time I did this. So that's bad. But I don't love that for me. I really don't. Oh, you can life after losing. Or I guess I can call you your name since I know it now, since you did the stream. Greg, right? Isn't your name Greg? I did see the stream with Big T. But yeah, you can. I mean, I just do it at this time because I don't. It's good to like stream when I'm doing something like this because it's kind of like boring. Otherwise, it can be like really boring. And so I like to do stuff like this either on the phone. Like, I remember, you know what's crazy is like, I literally was not clean before last year. Like, I was kind of a slob. And I think it's because I was sick from being hypo, because I literally got better hypo-wise and then I became clean. And I started cleaning like relatively often. And last year, like, I don't know if you're at all into astrology, Greg, but last year was like the most boring year ever in the history of the world. And it was like the super Taurus focus. And it's very earth oriented. It's like a super earthy year. And so like I was thinking about like cleaning, which I never was that way. Like I used to be one of those like, oh, like I'm a high-minded idealist, or, you know, I'm a tortured poet like Taylor or something. I used to have that attitude. But for me, it wasn't ironic. It was like literally how I thought I was, which is kind of cringe and very teenage. But I was like, I would never just clean or whatever. Like, I would never think of it that way. And now I'm just like, I can't. I don't know how I live like that. I really don't. Because now it's like, I can have my moments where it's not super clean. Like, it's dusty. But it's like, I can't have like dirty food around and stuff. And I used to be like that when I was sicker. And that's really cringe. But it's like you get better and then you're just not like that anymore. It just goes away. And I never thought that would happen. I never did. So I never thought so. Like, I remember I was telling my one friend that I was cleaner now, and she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, because one of my friends visited in 2022 towards the end of the year, like in November, and I had to clean up because she was visiting. And after I did that major cleanup, I never was messy again. And it's like, how weird. Then I moved into this place, and then I never was this place never got messy. Like, not really, really, really messy. Like, it can be messy in the sense that there can be dishes in the sink or, you know, it hasn't been vacuumed or something like that. But it's not like messy, like there's trash and food around and stuff like that. Like, it used to be really bad. So, I don't know. I think people don't, I don't know if that's like a hypo thing. It could be. But it got better. I don't do that anymore. I haven't in a long time. It's been years. You know, it'll be like 2 years this fall. So I'm like, that's crazy. Crazy. But I think too, like when you're sicker, your mind just thinks about certain tasks and it's like, that's going to take so long, or that's going to be such an issue, or that's going to be so hard. Like, for me, I didn't want to just like sit and do this because I was working and I was busy. And it's like I'm going back and forth and I'm doing this and that and doing all these things. But then it's like, now I can take a day off. And so it's not a big deal. And so I immediately do it. And it's like easier. It's easy to do for me. Yeah, I agree with that, Greg, honestly. I agree. I mean, I talk a lot to one of my friends. He's super like, he's a spiritualist. So he talks about a lot of stuff, like in terms of like vibration and that kind of thing. And he said that people tend to live in a chaotic house when they have a chaotic mind. And I wonder if that's true, because in my journey last year, my mind became extremely linear and almost like stiflingly so. Like, it was actually the opposite, or it was too far the other way. And I became clean after. And then now I just feel balanced. But it's just crazy. But somebody on my channel, they were like, oh my gosh, you're so mean. This is so embarrassing. No. I don't know what is with the Gen Z thing of just saying that, like, they tell you what's embarrassing. You don't get to tell me what's embarrassing. I'm the one that's embarrassed or not. But that's a Gen Z insult. That must be really embarrassing for you. You're so mean to poor splotch maker. You're so embarrassing. It's like, you're embarrassing. That comment is embarrassing. That's an embarrassing attempt at insulting somebody. It's so dumb. But that's their big thing. Gosh. It's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. I'm like, it's probably more embarrassing to be super, super fat than it is to make a video about splotch maker. Oh wait, I don't have to be. I forgot to have a trash bag in here. That's me being shady. But yeah, so anyways, that was cheesy, but yeah, like last year I was really embarrassed all the time and weird and depressed, and I'm just not anymore. So it's like liberation. Like, I love. Oh my gosh. I have some Gen Xers here, Greg. You're not the only one. Don't worry about it. This is definitely my, closer circle, so to speak. I love how this is like a cowboy thing. You guys can't see it, but it's so country. It is literally like the most country thing ever. It's hilarious to me. Oh my gosh. One of my friends from Cali that I used to work with when I worked at LAX, she's like, where are you living now? I was like, I'm living in Alabama. And she's like, what? She's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yep. I have been for years now. It's just funny. Oh my God. I do love that. I do love it. I love how, gosh, I'm tripping over everything. I love how, when you say that, it's like people are just like, oh my gosh. It's so funny. Okay, let's put this in here. Alabama. Alabama. You have to say it like that. I'm in Alabama. I'm just kidding. They don't even really talk like that here. But I don't really talk to anybody anyways because I'm always introverted. So I just don't talk to anyone ever. That's how I live because I don't talk to people. I am getting sick of not talking to people though. I'm like, oh, I'm getting like, I struggled a lot. Boredom, absolute boredom. Boredom so bad. Oh my God. I love that for you. I love that for you. Ohio. Yeah. The only thing is Ohio has snow, which is like horrible. I think snow is the devil. I hate snow. I hate it so much. For such a long time, I always wanted to move to Australia because it's like I tend to like foreign men. I loved Australia when I went there. But I got dumped by an Australian. So again, it's my second time. So I'm like, oh, I feel kind of like about it. But part of it was the weather because it's so nice there and it's hot. Like I prefer like hot and sunny and not snow. Because there was a time where I was considering moving to Michigan. And who knows, right? Anything can happen in the future. I have no clue. I don't have any like set plan to stay in Alabama. Oh my gosh, I am literally just dropping everything. Gosh, I'm a hot ass mess. I told you this desk is bad. Like I have to dust it. It's really dusty. But I was considering it, but it's like I just think I would die in the snow. Like it is so cold. I will die. I will absolutely die. Like that is like, damn, that is cold, you know? So I don't know. It's scary. I mean, I have to at least not be hypo. Like I have to get to a point where I'm not hypo before I try that because I will die. Like even the winter here, it's not even bad, like at all. And I can't handle it. Like I literally feel like I'm dying. Like in the winter in Alabama, it's really mild and it's really short. And it's like I cannot handle it. Like I am always dying every single year. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm dying. If you want to job in healthcare, I can always look you up. Oh wow. Interesting. I'll keep my options open. I want to do my YouTube though. I'm trying. This is me trying. Hashtag. I already used that Taylor lyric for a stream. But I'm trying. I think I might actually be able to do it. It's been a long time coming. So also a Taylor lyric, but it's been a long time where I've been trying to. And I think I'm actually going to now because I had the twin demons of no confidence and unhealth. So like deathly unhealth. So when you combine that, that's like a disaster because anything creative, you have to be confident and you have to be healthy enough to keep momentum because that's what happened to me last year. I kept losing momentum because I was so sick because of obesity, which, you know, according to Splotchmaker, it's totally fine. You're never sick if you're obese. You're just totally good. You're Gucci. So, yeah. But yeah, I would get so sick throughout a lot of the year that I had to stop. And so I would have to stop. And that's the worst thing. Like the way YouTube is now, it's so important to stay consistent and to keep posting, because it's like people forget about you in a second. Like people have a very short attention span in terms of like, there's just so much saturation. So it's not even like people are just dumb. It's like there's just so much saturation that you have to like push to keep relevant. And I couldn't sustain it. So it's like if you can't, then you're going to suffer. And that would happen every time. I'd have to stop. So yeah. Yeah. The confidence thing is major. Like it really is, because it's one of the most important things about YouTube and even social media in general. Like I think it's literally part of the job, because people just want to, a lot of people aren't confident. And so they watch people on YouTube because they are, if that makes any sense. So it's like, it is a major thing as far as the job. Because I'm sure you guys aren't surprised, but my videos are doing better now that I'm so mean. But it's not that I'm mean, it's that I'm confident, which people don't, they try to tear you down, basically. But I didn't have a lot of people tearing me down. Like, let's keep it real. I had one hate comment, which is not even anything bad, but it's like the video is doing really well because I come across more confident. So that's a part of it for sure. And then I don't know if you're introverted, Greg, but it is tougher if you're introverted to do YouTube. It's hard. Like I make do. Like I remember, you guys remember, some of you guys will remember Mysterious, but Mysteriously Kind. I remember like back in 2021, he was like, "You're so good at speaking." He's like, "Oh my gosh, like I could never do that," or like, "You're just so talented at it." And I was literally like, Mysterious, like it was not natural whatsoever. Like every ability I have to speak was completely created and manufactured and like came from nothing, because it's not natural at all, honestly. The only thing that's natural is like I have high disagreeableness. That's natural, which I can use. But yeah, my ability to speak is completely earned. I got it from working at a call center, and it was horrible, but it worked. And I actually use a lot of the skills I learned at the call center in my YouTube. Because sometimes when I'm talking to or like when I'm debating with fat acceptance people, it feels like I'm talking to like a Karen. So it's like I'm talking to a Karen, but I can actually fight back, which is great. Because when I was dealing with Karens and stuff in 2020, I couldn't fight back. I had to just shut up and take it. And it was horrible, but it teaches you like how to handle things. So if I were to ever debate a fat acceptance person, I would handle it like I was at that job again, because that's basically what it is. It's like you're dealing with somebody that has that Karen mode, that Karen mindset of like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 which I would consider Splotchmaker like a Karen, definitely. So definitely 100%, like not even joking. Okay, getting there. So much in my head. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to, because I'm that bitch. But I wonder if part of it is because you waited longer, because I think it's such a drastic change And so maybe it is harder at like an older age, you know what I'm saying? And it's in the sense of like, it's harder to deal with such a huge shift because it's such a drastic shift. It's so drastic. Like, and luckily for me, it's been really slow. So I feel like I can handle it because it's been so slow. You're not elderly. I'm just saying, like, I started it when I was still in my 20s. So it's a little easier, I think, in terms of like the brain side. But I don't know. I mean, I think there's always hope. I'm a hopeful person in general. Doesn't seem like it, but you know, you have to be somewhat of a romantic to be disappointed. And I've had plenty of disappointments in my life. So I had to believe in something in the first place to be sad, you know? So, okay, we're doing Gucci. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that could just be a personality difference too, because I hear that a lot where people are like, I still feel so fat or I still feel this. And it's like, I don't, but I also do still, but I am literally still fat. So I'll have to see. But I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to handle that because I've heard it a lot. Like, you're not the only one that said that. I've got to do this. Like, I got to do my sim streams again. I am missing it. I feel bad. John's always like, I want the Sims. And I'm like, I feel bad because I haven't in forever. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know why, but every time I do Sims on here, I always do these like extremely complicated stories that are like really difficult. And it's hard to like stream and do it at the same time because like the situation I'm in on Sims now, I have a single mom who's homeless. She has a toddler. They live in the South and she's trying to raise her son or daughter. I forgot if it's a boy or girl. And they're living on the street and she has 2 horses, which is like really difficult. I'm like, oh, this is a really hard situation. Like, I am dying doing this game. Like, my brain cells were dying the last time I did it because I'm like, this is so difficult. And I don't know, like 2 horses and a baby, and like, and then I'm trying to race against the clock because I got to get off the street by the winter. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That could be true as well. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I feel like millennials are somewhat balanced. We're not completely balanced in that area. But I feel like Gen Z is like too obsessed with showing imperfections. They're like the exact opposite, where they're like, all they show is imperfections. It's like they don't ever show anything good about themselves sometimes. It's just like the complete opposite. So it's like, I feel like the Gen Z stereotype is like, I'm miserable and my life is horrible and I'm dying. And it's like all the time, which I used to be like that too. But it's like, I also was really ill. And I don't know if every Gen Z is like super ill. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put that on everybody. But it's something I noticed too, where I'm like, geez. But I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Well, because to me, I'm like, I just want balance. Like, I think it's good to show imperfections, but I think it's also good to like show the good side too, you know, because that's kind of what I've been doing. And it's been good on my channel. It's been doing well to just be very authentic. It can be challenging because I'm like, oh, because I am really not that nice of a person. But it's also like, I may be not a nice person, but I'm also not like evil or boring or, you know, I'm not as pedestrian as Splotch, you know? Like, to me, oh god, Splotchmaker is just like the most pedestrian person I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I just, oh gosh. Ugh. It's like so provincial and just, gosh, it's like talking about the most nothing of nothing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Greg. We'll see. We'll see how nice I am. I'm just kidding. I have to move my calendar. So hold on a second. It's gonna get loud. Wow, that was not a big deal. See, I've been wanting to move that calendar for such a long time. That literally took like 2 seconds. But I'm telling you guys, I've learned that we put limitations on our own lives, I guess, or like in our own minds. Your mind can be a prison. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I need to do my bookshelf, but I might have to do that later. That's the other thing too that I learned about cleaning is you just like, you don't do anything you don't want to. So it's like you do what you want to. And then if you don't want to do something else or you want to wait to do something else, then just wait. Because a lot of times too, people are like, I gotta force it. I gotta clean everything. Da, da, da. And it's like, you really don't though. Like you just have to clean something. But I think too, that's been a major part of my hypo recovery is like getting that gray thinking, you know, like not black and white all the time and not being hyper perfectionist and stuff. Like those types of things can be super limiting for people. So it's like, I need to do my bookshelf, but I'm gonna do it later. It's just those simple things. Because actually there's a misconception too that people who don't clean, that they're like really messy or whatever as a person, but sometimes it's that they're such a perfectionist that if they feel like it can't be perfect, then it's like, I don't want to do it at all. And I think that that's horrible. But that also applies to weight loss too. But I don't know, maybe they're like similar skills, you know, like maybe cleaning a house or keeping a house clean and losing weight are like very similar in terms of like brain. So maybe that's why it's like I got better at losing weight. And so then I got cleaner. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't know, you guys, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed this. I miss this channel. Chore day. After a year, you will complete 365 chores. Yeah, that's a good point. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try to be on this channel more because I feel bad, but I'm so busy with the other ones. So I didn't scoop, but I'm not on my bed. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much for keeping me company while I dusted. I am going to go live with Lisa pretty soon. We're going to talk about Tortured Lesbians Department. That's what I call it. So we're going to talk about the Tortured Lesbians Department, sorry. And we're going to dress up and everything. So it's going to be funny. But yeah, other than that, I will see you guys again soon. And we'll talk later. And I do want to do Sims eventually. So I'm going to try at some point. But I'll see you guys later. I love that. Bye.